$1 bills that you should not be spending. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what you should be looking for on your $1 bill, what makes it rare, and what you should do if you find a rare dollar bill worth a lot of money. How do you maximize the value for that specific bill? Without any further ado, let's hop right into this video. So up first, we have a 1988 $1 bill, and this little dollar bill sold for $180, and here's why. So there are a few things to consider when trying to find the value of your dollar bill. The first one is going to be the condition. So make sure that if you have a rare dollar bill, you're not folding it, you're not damaging it or tearing it, anything like that that can decrease the value of the bill, because that may sound very obvious, but you'd be surprised. The next thing is rare indicators on a bill like this one, where you can see the serial number is almost a solid number 9. Now, if that serial number was a solid number 9, and by that I mean the 2 in the serial number was a 9 instead of a 2, this bill would have sold easily for over $1,000. But because it's almost a solid number 9, it's still really cool, still valuable. This one sold for $180. Now, this is a genuine United States silver certificate $1 bill from 1934. So back in the day, you could bring this to a local bank and they would give you silver in return. There's also gold certificate bills that the United States issued, but more on that in a different video. What you need to know here is that this bill graded by PMG at a 67 EPQ. That's only 3 points away from the perfect grade of 70. Now, every single grade difference you have will either increase or decrease the value of your bill. This specific $1 bill sold for $540. This $1 bill sold for $630, and if you're looking at the front of the bill, you can see that something looks like it's completely missing. Now, when we look at the back of the bill here, you can see that the overprint is also on the back. So the back of the bill is the first print. The third print is the overprint, which you see here on the back of the bill, and then the front of the bill is the second print. Because the overprint was on the back of this $1 bill, it sold for $630. Pretty cool note here. This is from 2003. It's a $1 bill with a binary radar repeater rotator serial number. Now, for simplicity's sake, let's just say that the reason why this bill sold for $1,560 is because of the serial number that has a bunch of zeros and ones. If your $1 bill has only zeros and ones in it, that's considered to be a binary serial number. If you have something like this, keep it very safe, don't fold it. Now, what we recommend is getting the opinion of at least 3 different coin shops or currency experts to see what the value of your bill actually is. Now, we have a completely free ebook down below. You can check that out, but you don't have to do that. What we do recommend is getting their opinion, seeing how much your bill is worth, and then maximizing the value by selling it on an auction company like Heritage or on eBay. But let's go to the final note here that sold for a ton of money. This $1 bill sold for $16,800, and I'm going to break it down for you right now. First thing I want to point out here is the condition. It is in a very fine 30 grade. You can see that this $1 bill went through people's hands before someone noticed that this was a rare bill. Now, there's 2 big factors here. The first thing is the way this specific bill was printed. This is called a web press note. To keep a long story short, the United States needed to produce more paper money. So for the 1988 series of banknotes, they tried to produce paper money the same way that newspapers produce newspaper. That's called a web press machine. So instead of printing paper money on individual sheets, they used one continuous roll to see if they could produce paper money that way. And to be honest, they did, and they produced a lot of paper money. The only issue is that these bills had a ton of mistakes on them. So the real question is, how do you know if you have a web press machine bill? It's pretty straightforward. Now, there are 3 ways to tell. Remember, if you have any one of these 3 things, by default, you have all 3. So the first area you want to look at is Washington's portrait. You can see on a web note, it's much more washed out. The second area we like to look at is the front plate number. Now, on a web press note, the front plate number will only have a number, while on a normally issued bill, you're going to have a letter and a number. The last and easiest way to tell if you have a web press note is by looking at the back plate number. On a web press note, the back plate number will be to the right of "In God We Trust," while on a normally issued bill, it's going to be at the bottom right-hand side of 1. If you have a web press note, you have a bill worth a lot of money. Now, the second reason as to why this bill sold for so much money is because it's also an error note. So you can see that the suffix, which is that last digit in the serial number, is mismatched. Remember when I said that web notes have a lot of errors? Well, this is exactly what that is. So if you want to learn more about coins and paper money, grab our free ebook down below, and we'll see you in the next video.